Hi everyone, welcome back. As you can see behind me, I've been busy. Gone for the real open plan look here at my £100,000 bungalow renovation. The builders have also been busy out the side, I was going to say out the back, but out the side. The foundations have been poured, the drainage has been done, and they're currently putting the shingle and thing over the top, ready to concrete over and get a nice flat base, and then the block work can start going up. Thanks to everyone who's been watching the series so far and listening on the podcast, the DIY guys. We've had thousands of listeners, which is awesome. Really exciting. I think you guys are liking the fact that I'm being quite transparent and putting the costs on there. So thanks to everyone for watching and listening on Apple and Spotify. Let's do a little walk around. I'll start at the front door as usual, and I'll show you the mess I've been making. So the entrance hall is unchanged. I'll go to the good stuff first this time. And this is all open plan. So it's probably easier to look at the floor as to what I've done this week. So I've basically taken out this wall here, this wall and this wall, which was a little cupboard with where the immersion was in and all the pipe work, which you can see is floating there. And then this wall was the wall between the kitchen, which is here, and the bathroom. So the bathroom is now completely redundant, and that toilet, unfortunately, is completely redundant now as well. They've had to block that off for the pipe work out the back. So a couple of weeks ago, we had a nice toilet and a nice boiler, and now it's all completely gone. So I had to be really careful taking it out. I'll put some time-lapse footage of the work. I'd basically turn the gas off, because this pipe here is the gas feed to the boiler there, and then this is also a gas feed to what was the gas hob. So all I did was go down to the gas here, turn it off and make sure it wasn't dangerous, but I also just covered it, as you'll see in the time lapse as well. So the plan is, I'll go out wider for this. So basically where this window is going to be the corridor the same width as this, so whatever width this is will be replicated here, and this is a corridor down to that extension there. I believe the bathroom is going to be right in front of us here, an ensuite to the left in the extension, and then a bedroom to the left, and to the right back here in line with this window is going to be a utility room. So we'll core a hole out of here for a door through to the utility room. And I've also opened up all of this last week on last week's video, if you didn't see, to open up into here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some stud work in to form that hallway, and it's really opened up this kitchen. It's probably given us another metre or so, maybe slightly more, of kitchen, and we've made this sort of an open plan thing. I know some people don't like the open plan look, but I thought it's best to have this living room here and this kitchen all open plan. But if someone doesn't like it, frankly, they can just put the stud wall back in and get that back out. We're going to stud that up, no doorway here. So there's going to be a door into the kitchen here, and then you walk through, and everything from basically here onwards is going to be kitchen, utility over there, and living room. So I've also taken out the last few blocks of that. It was much more difficult than I thought. Really in there, really heavy blocks. Dan's been moaning me on the podcast saying, when am I going to do that? Neatened up my cables a bit, just got to put some capping over it before. And I've got a few more cables in place. So this is the switch for the living room lights. And next week I can start to think about wiring this section as well, and maybe putting some stud work in, which I'm going to try and do myself to save some costs. I'm moving over to my new fuse board slowly. So that's the old one and that's the new one. And I'll be getting UK Power Networks to upgrade that main fuse soon too. Bedroom 1, the master bedroom. Nothing has changed in here if you've seen my video. So the ceiling's boarded, rewire's done. Just got to decide where to put the radiators. There's a socket behind there as well. New switch over here, old switch. I've just got to turn off the old electrics and move over to the new stuff. And then again, in here, rewire's done the chase for the radiator, but now the boiler's dead. This radiator can come out, as can the radiator in bedroom 1, and I can do those chases properly and start running in pipe work. So we're making really good progress. Don't think I'm going to be here much next week actually, because I've got to go to other work, but the builders are here all week. So outside should be looking good. So I'll take you out there now and go and see what they've been up to. So the builders have been busy. So there's a main drain on the right-hand side of between the neighbour's fence and my fence. And there's a little manhole just down there near this yellow level that's lying on the floor there, which they put in. And that feeds across to this soil pipe you can see sticking out. So they've dug a trench diagonally to that soil pipe, and that's going to be the soil pipe for the downstairs toilet and the ensuite toilet. Then that goes back into that, so they can rod basically where that manhole cover is in black there, and then that feeds to the main drain. So I've had to relocate all of that as the drain was in the middle. So thanks to everyone for watching and subscribing. As I say, if you want more detail about this bungalow, my £100,000 budget to do the side extension, the ensuite, the bedroom, the bathroom, the utility, and then obviously renovating this whole place into a 3-bedroom, really nice property. I'm being really transparent on my podcast, The DIY Guys, which you can see with my co-host Dan and I. Dan and I have been friends our whole lives, and Dan's a big DIY enthusiast like myself. So that's on Apple or Spotify, or you can watch it on YouTube. I'll be putting it on there as well. So thanks to everyone watching for that, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks. I might not be able to post next week, but we should be seeing block work go up in the extension, which is really cool, and you can really envisage what it's going to be like out there, and that should go up really quickly. As compared to my house, it's quite a small extension, so hopefully it goes up in sort of 2 or 3 weeks. Have a nice weekend, and I'll speak to you soon.